This is the Nations Conspire channel. Welcome to today's show. I'm becoming more and more convinced that Elon Musk is the greatest psyop the government has ever created. It's one of the most brilliant things that they've ever done. Musk is not as wealthy as you think. Musk is not the genius tech guy they claim to be. Musk is not an American patriot. He's none of the things that they present him as. But of course, the people out there believe that he's a self-made billionaire. People believe that he's responsible for all of this technology that is being unleashed on us, like the Tesla bots and the electric vehicles. Now, of course, Elon Musk is just an agent of the government. He is a creation of DARPA to normalize this type of technology and to get it in your day-to-day lives. That's what Elon Musk's role is. And this might be the greatest psyop I've seen in a long time, because we all know that part of Agenda 2030 and part of the push is to get everybody to transition into electric vehicles. And take a look at how this psyop is starting to affect Maga conservatives, who at one point you would have said would never be on board with things like an electric vehicle because it's a liberal ideology. The Dems push climate change. Conservatives don't believe it. Well, they're taking a different approach because now they have, like I covered yesterday, they are martyring Elon Musk out in the public. And even Elon Musk can't keep a straight face with how this psyop is going. So if you haven't heard, the Tesla stock is down 40% since the year started. Year to date, it's down 40%. So, of course, the sheeple out there think that that means that Elon Musk is losing all of his wealth. And that because Democrats out there aren't buying Tesla anymore and are protesting Tesla, all of a sudden that's how the stock market works. And that means that the Tesla stock is plummeting and Elon Musk is losing all of his money because of these Democrats out there that are opposed to Elon Musk cleaning up this corrupt government. And of course, this is all about the transition to AI governance. They think that he's cleaning up the government so that we can audit them and we can figure out where our money goes. This is all about brainwashing the sheeple into replacing humans and with technology in the government. That's what AI governance is. That's what the World Economic Forum is trying to push, right? So while this is happening, these people are believing that Elon Musk is now a victim, that Elon Musk is losing his wealth. They believe that somehow now the stock market can be just manipulated via that, right? Via stories about how nobody will go buy Teslas anymore and everybody hates Elon Musk, right? So that's all it takes to crash an actual stock. So Donald Trump comes out and he says that he's going to buy a Tesla after the stock slump that's going on. He put this statement out and Elon Musk reposted it. Listen to this. This is one of the easiest psyops to ever see, right? Anyone that doesn't know what it means. Psychological operation. Okay, that's what all of this is. That's what the news is. That's what they do to us. They manipulate us into doing things that they want us to do, and you think that it's free will. So Elon Musk retweets this. To Republicans, conservatives, and all great Americans, says Donald Trump, Elon Musk is putting it on the line in order to help our nation, and he is doing a fantastic job. But the radical left lunatics, as they often do, are trying to illegally and collusively boycott Tesla, one of the world's great automakers, and Elon's baby, in order to attack and do harm to Elon and everything he stands for. They tried to do it to me at the 2024 presidential ballot box, but how did that work out? In any event, I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support for Elon Musk, a truly great American. Why should he be punished for putting his tremendous skills to work in order to help make America great again? And as most of you who are truly awake know, we have seen this transition where the conservatives are even bigger sheeple than the Democrats are, right? I mean, they are buying this stuff hook, line, and sinker, and they think that they're awake to what's going on. So now Donald Trump is announcing that he's going to buy a Tesla. And of course, this is psychologically done by design to make other conservatives, other people who are obsessed with Trump, other MAGA followers, think about going and buying a Tesla electric vehicle. That's how easy a psychological operation works. And of course, we know a part of Agenda 2030 is to transition to electric vehicles, to transition to green energy, right? I mean, it's right out of the World Economic Forum. It's right out of the United Nations. It's right out of NATO, all of it. This is how cities can unleash the electric vehicle transition. They have to transition to electric, controllable vehicles. This is part of the enslavement, transitioning to electric. They never talk about how these things are ticking time bombs and how these lithium batteries often catch fire and blow up on the road. But now you're hearing stories about, of course, all these Tesla stations, these charging stations blowing up because of arson, right? Victimizing Musk, making people support Musk. Donald Trump saying he's going to buy a Tesla, right? All this stuff done by design. Here's Trump sitting inside of a Tesla vehicle, listening to music, talking about how great these Teslas are that he reposted yesterday. And of course, Elon Musk posted this, which might be one of the funnier propaganda pieces I've seen, at least this week, where he says, much appreciated Sean Hannity, who of course is famous for wearing his CIA pin on national television in the past, because these news anchors are all Tavistock trained CIA operatives. Listen to this clip that aired on Fox News where he tries to pretend like, hey, my friend had a Tesla and I was in the car with him and I decided this was so cool, I'm going to go buy a Tesla tomorrow. This is how easy mind control works. And this will work because all these people are in such a psychosis over Trump and Elon Musk that they can be influenced like this. Oh my gosh, because they hate Democrats so much. They've been trained to hate Democrats so much. Meanwhile, the Democrats and Republicans in politics love one another. But of course, they want you to hate your neighbor. Divide and conquer 101. So listen to this from Sean Hannity talking about how he went out and purchased a Tesla and how cool they are, how fast they are, how great they are. He's literally marketing the electric vehicle now to the conservatives.
It's one example of many. I don't believe in cancellation. I don't believe in cancel culture, and I know maybe it's not going to make up a difference, but you know what? After I drove my friend's Tesla, I went and I already picked out the one I want. It's called the what is it called? The S-Plaid. And do you realize this thing, an electric vehicle, has 1,006 horsepower and goes from 0 to 62 in 2.0 seconds. And this thing rips, and you can go about 400 miles without a charge. And I don't drive enough to go further than 400 miles, so I'm good. And maybe it's just a gesture on my part, and I like that. I like new technology, but it's just a way of saying, look what they're doing to this guy. Look.
So this is how it works, right? So when we thought about Agenda 2030 and we thought about some of these transitions, how are they going to normalize the carbon tax? How are they going to get conservatives on board with electric vehicles? This is how it's being done. How are you going to get conservatives on board with the Neuralink, potentially the mark of the beast? This is how it's being done. How are you going to get conservatives to accept that the smartphone, like Elon Musk said, will soon be obsolete and brain-computer interfaces will be the new phone? This is how you do it. You make him seem like a hero, a champion of the people, when he's doing nothing. He's tearing down what the government already wants to tear down. They want to get rid of human influence in government and replace it with artificial intelligence. These people are going to ride off into the sunset. They're going to be millionaires and billionaires, all of these politicians. And it's going to be replaced with AI, all of these institutions. So that instead of the IRS coming to your front door, and instead of you going, the IRS, I can't stand them, they're auditing me. Well, you don't have to worry about it because everything's going to be automatically deducted out of your bank account. And if you don't like that, the government's going to freeze your bank account because everything's going to be autonomous and controlled by these psychopaths. So this is where we've gone, right? All these people who once would have been anti-electric vehicle are now saying because of what they're doing to Elon Musk, because his stock is tanking, as if that affects his pocket, which of course it doesn't, they're going to go out and buy Teslas. And all it takes is Donald Trump to say he's buying a Tesla today. And a lot of these psychopaths, of course, are going to repeat it. And people are repeating it on social media. And then you have people like this. I've never covered this Tim Cass character, Tim Pool. Got to be one of the worst. I mean, there's zero appeal. Some of these guys, I could see the appeal. Like, I could see why people listen to Alex Jones because of his personality and stuff like that. Not that I like him or anything. Obviously, I know he's a government operative. But I could see how people get drawn into him. I could see how people get drawn into Trump. I have zero idea what the appeal is with Tim Pool. But regardless of that, this is what happens from it. Right now we have Elon Musk saying that X was hit by a massive cyber attack from Ukraine. And you see how all of the alt-right media starts continuing to martyr Elon Musk. And then you go to stories like this, right? Now Elon Musk's cyber attack on social network X came from Ukraine. That's right. Now Ukraine apparently is taking down Twitter. Who in Ukraine? Well, some guy, of course, some guy in a factory somewhere. Oh, the Ukraine government has the ability to take down Twitter. Of course, this is just making him look like a martyr, but listen to him blame Ukraine. He can't even hold back from giggling about all of this nonsense that the American people, specifically MAGA conservatives, are believing in. They believe that this guy is a Christian now, that Donald Trump is a Christian now. They believe that what he's doing is for the betterment of us. Nobody's suspicious about why all of a sudden they're auditing the government. Why? Just because these people that care about you, who are billionaires, Trump and Elon Musk, want to audit the government for you? Are you kidding me? They pull a fake assassination attempt to martyr Trump even more so that you'll give him your unwavering support. Then they do this stuff with Elon Musk because they see that people out there are skeptical of some of the stuff with Elon Musk, and they make sure, hey, look, Elon Musk is doing this for you. They're making him go broke to make you think that all this stuff with Doge is actually really happening because Musk and Trump care about you. The government is self-sabotaging to bring in AI governance. Look at Musk, and of course, watch his hands because he's doing the triangle power again.
All right, we welcome to the show and a special interview with Mr. Elon Musk, who, of course, is famed Trump advisor, CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, chair of X Corp. Elon, thank you for doing this. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I want to begin, but among other things, everyone's attacking you for your position. What are you doing in the government? There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced.
Yes.
It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
Well, so that's your suspicion. Is the website, is the internet up? Is it up yet?
It's up, yeah.
It's up yet. Okay, good. But I just was looking back. Let me see if I get this right. They're setting fire to various Tesla charging stations near Boston. Shots were fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Various nonviolent...
Shots fired, not a metaphor.
Shots fired, yes. Downtown New York, marching against the Tesla showroom. Your stock is way down. You've been criticized left and right.
But look on the bright side.
I mean, why are you doing this?
Always look on the bright side of life.
Yes, I'm an optimist.
Yeah. But besides that,
yes, I mean,
how's your day?
What motivates you to do this?
Was the opera good?
It's tough sledding.
Yeah.
So you might see that clip and you might say, there's no way people are falling for this. Oh yeah, they are. Christians are falling for this. Conservatives with the same pretty much viewpoints that a lot of us have in regards to morals and things like that, right? Pro-life people are falling for this. Look at some of the comments. I mean, it's surreal, the psychosis. A man who can joke about being attacked because he's exposing the theft and waste of tax dollars is an amazing human being, American hero. Thank you, Mr. Musk. Go Elon. We Americans are 100% behind you all the way. This audit should have been done years ago and needs to be done annually. Great point, Susan. It does need to be done annually. Are you suspicious as to why it's being done now? Are you paying attention to how the World Economic Forum and the United Nations want to bring in a artificial intelligence global government? That is the global government. It's run through AI. Right? So when you replace human beings and you tear down the government, what do you think's going to replace it? Do you think just conservative macho males are going to be put in there who you like? I mean, nobody seems to understand problem, reaction, solution. So here's other people. Thank you, Elon. Real Americans appreciate your help. 77 million people love you, Elon, and back you and your team. So these people are eating it hook, line, and sinker. They have no idea that this is sabotage. They have no idea that this is what the globalists are doing by design, tearing down the infrastructure because of the role that the Democrats have played over the last 4 years. All the stuff with the Biden bot, right? People, a lot of us talking about Biden not even being real, right? Being replaced, maybe even being a Tesla bot, right? Wearing masks, all this other stuff. But all the crap, right? Falling upstairs, falling downstairs, falling off bikes, can't complete sentences, right? Talking about dead people as if they're alive, all done by design, right? Talking about how they want people who cross-dress to come into your schools and read to your children. All these things have been done to drive you insane so that when Trump comes in and he says, I'm going to demolish this thing, that you accept it and you think that it's for your betterment, but you don't realize that they were working together to do this. They're working together to sabotage, to bring this in. So now we look and we can see this amazing flip here, right? Where this is headed. Because the electric vehicles are key. They are key to Agenda 2030. They are key to it. They are pretty much etched in stone that they're going to stop selling gas-powered vehicles. Now, you don't have to worry about libs. You don't have to worry about the Democrats out there. They will buy and drive whatever the government tells them, okay? Whatever they tell them. Now, they will not buy Tesla, but guess what? General Motors, Ford, Mercedes, Porsche, Volkswagen, Audi, Hyundai, they all make electric vehicles. So Tesla will be, for conservatives, the electric vehicle, right? And of course, some conservatives will buy General Motors or whatever else, but they won't be as angry about the government transitioning them away from gas into electric, right? And the Democrats will go and line up for their electric vehicles. None of these people will realize that this is being done by design, of course. And the next thing you know, we'll get to that point where we have 60%, 70% of the population now driving electric vehicles. And they'll think of things like what Sean Hannity says. Oh, I don't go 400 miles, so I don't care about a recharge, right? Those are little seeds that are being planted in your head. Don't forget, they'll be able to shut your car off at a moment's notice. They'll be able to track and monitor your every movement. And don't say, well, they can already do that. Well, yeah, they can in a sense, but we're still technically free if you're free from this technology. But once you're in an electric vehicle, not only are you in a ticking time bomb, you're in a vehicle that can be shut off at any time. And eventually, of course, there'll be autonomous driving. Everything will be controlled by them. This isn't about making profits through green energy. This is about controlling humanity through technology and converting everything over to smart tech, autonomous tech. Because the man behind the curtain you've always heard about, right? We are trained with movies like The Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain, right? Nobody seems to know who the man behind the curtain is. Now, most of us do. They love bagels, of course, and their teachings really speak about what their plans are for the rest of us. They view us as cattle. And this is how they get us to live like cattle. They tag us like cattle are tagged on a ranch. So look at this psychosis. This is incredible. This might be the psyop of all psyops. They are now using this. They are now martyring Musk. And again, I said this in a video yesterday on my other channel. I talked about this victimization, right? This is a key thing they've done through history. They victimize the wicked people. They victimize a certain group. You can't ask questions about it. You got to support them. They just victimized Trump. And that's how we've seen the Maga conservatives go from supporting Trump to an obsession with him, a sick obsession where they won't hear a thing that you say. It won't get through to them because they watched the TV. They saw a fake assassination attempt. In their brain, they perceived it as real. And then they got fed from the alt-right media that he was going to expose the deep state. He was going to save all these children. He was going to drain the swamp. They will not hear anything else now. They're almost unpenetratable. And this is a perfect example. Now they're going to go, well, I'm going to support Elon Musk because he's going to audit. These people are not getting audited. They're tearing down the government to replace it with AI. And after that, they're coming for all of our jobs as well. This is just the beginning. But once AI infrastructure is in place, then globalist control is in place. That's this whole thing. It runs through AI. So now you're going to see a shift. I didn't know how they would pull this off with starting to get conservatives to buy electric vehicles. I mean, we saw how they tried to market it as cool with celebrities. It was cringy. It was embarrassing, right? A lot of the Super Bowl ads I've covered over the years where they have celebrities. I mean, it's embarrassing. This propaganda is so embarrassing, but this is actually working. So Trump's buying a Tesla, and the people out there hearing that, and of course they're going to go, well, maybe I'll buy a Tesla. Maybe I'll support him. He's a patriot. He's telling me where my tax money's going. This isn't how the world's supposed to work. We're not supposed to need these people to tell us where our tax money's going anyway. We're supposed to revolt. We're supposed to fight back against it if we see tyranny. That's what the Constitution says. Not to say, well, I'm just going to hope that he's telling us the truth. Well, they don't even think that he's lying. Right? They think that this is 100% truth. They don't realize that the news is more scripted and simulated than any movie they've ever seen. And they're living in a psychosis. All of this stuff, these actors are convincing them this is what's happening in the world. This is where your tax money's going. Oh, you don't think you're being gaslit? You don't think that you're being worked into a frenzy? Of course you are. And you're being worked into a frenzy by design so that you accept AI governance. And so now, as well, you're on board with Agenda 2030 because now you'll start thinking about buying an electric vehicle because of Sean Hannity, because of Donald Trump. Watch the alt-right start promoting this. Watch the Tim Pools. Watch the Ben Shapiros. Watch the Tucker Carlsons. Watch these guys, Alex Jones. Start talking about how cool these cars are and how fast they are, man, right? And not about how controllable they are and how dangerous they actually are with those lithium batteries. This right here, folks, is what a psyop is. This is the definition of one. It's a psychological operation. They get you to do something that they want you to do by tricking you, by working your emotions one way or the other. And these people are in so deep with hating one another, the Republican civilians and the Democrat civilians, that this is how easy it is. Because they see Democrat civilians protesting outside of Tesla. Conveniently, the news stations are just sitting outside of all these Tesla places, right? People are just blowing up Tesla things, deciding to go to jail for 20 years. Because, that's the crime they want to commit, to go to jail for 20 years. They're going to commit arson at a Wawa and blow up some Tesla charging stations, right? I mean, give me a break. How they don't see it's a government operation by design. Now, some of them do. Some of them go, oh, yeah, it's George Soros and these guys are funding it, and they're blowing it up. What do you think they're trying to do it for? To get you all riled up in support of Musk, so you don't even question what Musk is doing, so that you think he's so opposed to the deep state, you won't even question the things that he's pushing, like the Neuralink, right? That's what psychological operations are. And if you believe in the left-right, if you listen to these people and you let them persuade you, then you're in the psychosis. I thank everybody for being here. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.